You can be stuck in a job that you don't like, you hate, way long than you should be. And the sad thing is that finally you will get to leave either by being fired because you're no longer as productive as you should be, or you sit there to the point where you retire. And when you leave the place, of course, you are very dissatisfied, you are very having a lot of hatred in your heart, resentment, and such feelings. And I wouldn't want that to happen to you. And that is why today I'm here to discuss with you what do you do when you feel stuck, and more specifically, when you get stuck in your career. I want to tell you that whenever you get stuck, it is a signal from your body that you need to change. It is a signal that you need to grow, or you have stopped growing. And by nature, as human beings, we like growing, we like progressing, we like moving forward. And that is why I say, don't feel bad when you have that feeling that you are stuck. It is one of the most universal human experience of feeling stuck. But the biggest difference is, what do you do when you feel stuck? If you are in a situation where you're feeling stuck, feel free to share with me. Drop that in the chat. I will be answering your questions. I will be responding to some of your queries. And I want to have this live conversation, this one-on-one conversation. I want to coach someone here live. I want to give someone some practical steps or some things that they can be able to do. Because I'll tell you, life is way more than waking up, going to a job that you don't like, that you hate, feeling like you have to do it because you need to pay the bills. That should not be an experience. Now, the reason why I'm having this session is because I believe that it is totally in our control to take action and decide to start doing things that will position us for success in future and get out of that feeling of being stuck. The other day, I was having a coaching session with one of my clients, and as the conversation went, she told me that she's really feeling stuck. And I asked her, what really makes you feel stuck? And she went on to describe a situation whereby she really hates that job. She cries in the morning to get herself out of bed because she can't believe that she's going to work, because she doesn't like the place, the work she's doing. And because she has to pay the bills, that is the only reason why she wakes up and goes to work. And that might not be the very, very best reason why you need to go to work. Of course, we need to pay our bills, but there's more than that. There's the feeling that I can do anything about it. Yeah. So let me just give you some ideas. Yeah. As I check some of your comments, thank you very much. I can see there is a gentleman joining us all the way in India. I really appreciate that. Matthew, there you are. I can see following through. Please drop in your questions. I'll be able to answer. And my question also for you is, Abbas, thank you very much. You say you're ready for the session. Are you feeling stuck? What are some of the things that you're feeling, or what are some of the indicators that you would say, this is the reason why I'm actually feeling stuck? Let me know that in the chat, and I'll be able to see the best way to be able to assist you and serve you. So some of the reasons why you feel stuck in your career might vary from different reasons, but I have found some of this, like you feel like you can't get another job, that you can't change a job. Probably you got that job, you feel like you're really lucky that you got that job, and because of the kind of conditioning that you've had, like these jobs don't come easily. It's very difficult to get a job. You see, that is the kind of conversation that we normally hear, and so you feel like, I can't really change my job. I'm doomed, or I have to stay here. There are no job opportunities out there for people like me. I don't have the experience that is needed out there. I don't have the skills. That might be a reason. And if you're feeling stuck, if that is something that is running your head, you should stay and listen through, because I'm going to give you some actionable steps that or things that you can do. Another reason why people feel like they're stuck is when they have a very highly specialized kind of skill, and they feel like the fact that they picked this career, the fact that they picked this niche is the reason why they are stuck there. They can't change. My skills are very narrow. They're only they're only useful in this kind of industry. And I'll say this. This is mainly with my friends in the banking industry. And I hope if you have a friend who's in the banking industry, share this with them. Probably right now they are not live with me, but they can watch the video later. And they feel like they are stuck in the banking industry because some of the skills or some of the things they do, they don't see as if they are transferable in the world out there. All I do here is just count money. All I do here is sell loans. All I do here, I don't see how that is applicable out there. There is no other field. I have been able to help more banking professionals who feel like their area of experience is too narrow and is not applicable in the other areas of maybe in the workplace. And it's so surprising. You just need someone to hold your hand. And that's why I'm here, to be able to share with you and answer. Thank you very much. I can see there's a comment here coming in. Applying for jobs and getting regrets. Yes. That is the reason why you're feeling stuck, yeah? Or that might be an indicator. Yeah. Especially if you really want to move, you feel like you have outgrown the place where you are. There are no growth opportunities, or you feel like now I've been here 3-5 years, it's time for me to move to the next thing. And you're busy applying over and over and not getting any response. That can really be frustrating. I concur with you. Thank you. Stephanie, yeah, that can be one reason, especially when you don't get the feedback. But I'll tell you this, there's an antidote to that. I don't need to wait until the end of it. Let me just share with you. I think the whole application process is what we call, it's a communication process. And when you are communicating with the people, and in this case, these are the employers, the recruiters, that they are looking for a specific person to do a job, and you apply, you communicate, and you tell them, I want that job, I can come in, do that job. When you don't get feedback, that is a form of feedback, yeah? It's only that you're not getting the feedback you want, yeah? Maybe positive feedback, or even a regret. I know it's a form of feedback, but even not getting feedback or getting any communication from them, it's a form of feedback. And so you need to ask yourself, what is the disconnect between the fact that they are looking for someone, you are that someone who is able to do that job, and how comes they're not getting in touch with me? How comes they're not calling me for the interview? And there are several solutions that we can go about it. First is to fix the communication problem. And the key tool that you use to communicate is your cover letter and your CV. How good are they? Are they able to communicate your value? So that can be one place where you say, let me check on this and see how do I help you. So Stephanie, I want to give you an opportunity. Share with me your CV, or just one application that you did on email with me. My email is daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. I look at it, I'll give you feedback as to why probably you're not able to communicate that value. So that can be another signal that you're stuck, and it can be frustrating. I know, I've been there, I've helped several people, and it's really frustrating when you're applying for a job over and over and don't get any response. So I really appreciate that. The rest of us, I can see we are a good number still here with me live on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. Let me know in the chat. Are you feeling stuck in your career? What are some of the signals that are the reasons why you say you are feeling stuck? So the other thing is getting comfortable in your position. As much as we seek comfort, we know how to do what we do. We do the same job over and over. Sometimes it can be monotonous. And when you feel that urge from within that you really need to do something different, it can be a reason why you are feeling stuck. And sometimes, and this is a big one, feeling intimidated by new technology or skill. The only way for you to really move forward is to grow. And the thing that makes you valuable in the marketplace is the skills. These are the skills that you have. That is what makes you valuable in the marketplace. And whenever you feel like you're intimidated by the new technology that is coming in, by the way, a few weeks ago, last month, I did another training where I was talking about how to prepare yourself or get to what we call career 2.0, where you are able to thrive in this era of AI, because AI is messing up so many people in terms of their jobs. AI is going to replace so many people with their jobs, but it does not mean that everybody is going to get replaced. But those who understand how to use the AI are the ones who are going to have the best positioning, and they will thrive beyond this AI. Don't be afraid or intimidated by new technology. Technology comes in to make work easier and more effective, but still there is need for human beings. And you're valuable in the marketplace. It is how you position yourself or how you communicate that value that is of much value. So here are some of the indicators that actually you might be stuck here. Your work no longer challenges you. If you find you're no longer challenged with what you do, probably you are stuck where you're at. If you're bored, if your performance is declining, or you're not being as productive as you should be, if you feel like you don't, especially when it comes to earning, like the reason why you have to go to work is for you to earn, for you to pay the bills. You're not motivated. You feel like your values are not aligned with your job. And this is a big one. I think when you find your purpose, when you find you're working in an organization or a company where your values and interests are aligned, you are in a much better position for you to thrive and to actually even have people find value in what you are bringing in. So what do you do when you find yourself stuck? Yeah, so I have some ideas, and this is just to highlight things in general. I might not know exactly where you're at, but I'll be happy if you can drop that also in the chat. Thank you very much. I can see Malik say, yeah, this is Career Point Solution. Thank you for following through. I can also see Ben Clare. Thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate it. Are you feeling stuck in your career? Yeah, let me know. Do you feel like it's time for you to change? What are some of the feelings that you have around that? What are some of the things that are making you feel stuck? It's not a good feeling, but as I tell you, it's a universal feeling. So the first thing, I have several ideas that I want to share with you. Number one, it is for you to sit down and evaluate your goals and values. Yeah, very important. The first step in making a change is assessing what you really want out of your career. Do you know what you really want? Do you know if, for example, I ask you in 5 years' time, in an ideal situation, if everything falls in place, what would you like to be doing in terms of your career? And then secondly, in this career, in this organization you work with, are they aligned with your values? What are your values? What do you value more? Is it the hard work? Is it maybe a company that gives back to the community? Is it organization that has some initiative to do with the vulnerable members of our society, maybe orphans, widows? Maybe they have some initiative around environment because you're passionate about the environment. Maybe it's just an organization that has a good culture that focuses on people more than the products and services, because they know that people are the internal clients that bring in the value. So once you are clear on this is what I want to achieve, that is the first place. Then you can identify what you are good at. I think this is usually a very underutilized kind of self-assessment thing that you need to do and ask yourself, what are you really good at? What are some of the skills that really pop out there for you? What are some of the things that you do with very little effort, and yet you get praised, you get recognized for doing this? These are your strengths. And when you actually sit down and make a list of the things that you're good at, ask yourself, how often do I do these things? How often can I do them in my current workplace? Or how often can I do these things in the kind of job that I'm looking for in the future? These are questions that dig a little bit deeper to find the reason, the motivation behind you doing this. I normally say, you can know your strengths, and also it's good for you to know your weakness, but not with the intention of trying to improve on your weaknesses. It is how do you really improve your strength, because you'll get 100-fold in terms of the returns when you focus on your strength rather than just focusing on your weaknesses. Weaknesses are good to know for you to be able to see, how can I avoid this? How can I delegate? How do I outsource some of these things if it's something that is important? Yeah. And sometimes when you also do the analysis, you ask yourself, is this area where I'm weak, is it going to really be a big determinant in terms of my career moving forward? So those are good questions that you really need to think through. And also, and this is a big one, in trying to really get yourself unstuck, is to expand your social networks. I have said this before, and it is the truth, and it is becoming more and more evident that these high-paying jobs, according to LinkedIn, 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. So when you expand your social network, you are able to tap into what is called the hidden job market. These are jobs and opportunities that you will never know or think about, but they really exist, and they're only gotten through networking. And so when you network, expand your social network, and there are still many things that you can get out of a network. For example, learn about different fields and companies. You know, we only know about companies based on the public relation efforts that they put out there, the newspaper articles, the website, the TV or advertisement, but we really don't know what goes on in there. We don't know we really don't know the experiences of the employees in that organization. It might be the most profitable, most popular, but are they treating the employees well? So you can only know this when you network and get to know people in these different areas. You can equally ask for advice in your social network, in this network. It's not just there to get you a job, but can you get some advice? Can you also be able to have some collaborative ideas on how you can be able to collaborate with others and see what will come out of there, working together, share knowledge, and discover job opportunities. These are great things that can always come out. But thank you. I can see, Juliana, you have dropped in a question. Let me try to, I feel employers should allow employees to not be too comfortable in routine. Allow them to change and test risk within. Yeah, I think that is a great observation, Julia. But I'll tell you this. It is not the responsibility of the employers to actually shake things up and get you different exposure. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you, the employers want you to be stuck in your routine. You know why? Because when you get to that routine, you're more effective, you're more efficient, you know how to do these things. Even it's in the middle of the night, if you're woken up, you can still do some tasks because you've done them over and over and over. But now it is your responsibility to actually break this routine. Try things out there, things that are outside your comfort zone, and really take up responsibility. Yeah. So I think that's a good idea, but I can tell you it's not going to come in soon, because that is not the best use of the employer's time and resources. They think and they feel when you get to do something over and over, you become better. That is how the machines and the robots, that's why they employ the robots, yeah, to do things over and over. They are more efficient. But I really like your point. And actually, that routine can be one of the things that it really keeps you there and you feel stuck. Yeah, that is a very good point. I really appreciate. The other thing I also want to mention: how do you get yourself out of that feeling of being stuck? Is by learning something new. You can break out of the comfort zone by learning a new skill. You can get out of that comfort zone by learning a new skill. Now, these skills that you're learning can be in line with your career, can be something that is out of line with your career. Probably you want to try out a new field or a different space. So for example, you are an accountant, but then you say, can I try out digital marketing, or can I try out this AI stuff? Yeah, it can be a way of just getting you excited. But I also say you can learn a new skill which has nothing to do with your career, something to do with your personal life, maybe your finances, your relationships, your fitness. Yeah, these are things that break the monotony. And just actually going back to Julia's point, you can still break the routine with things that you do outside work. And I found that to be one of the best ways to rejuvenate yourself. And actually, even that's why we have the weekends. So I know some companies who still work until Saturday. You just have one day off. You go to church or you sleep or just do some errands, and you're back to the system. But you need to think about, how do I create a plan or systems that really I can learn a new skill within my line of work, outside or on my personal life. I did adopt philosophy known as no graduation day. And this has been really helpful in terms of being curious and trying to learn a new thing day in, day out. I'll be reading a book, I will be taking an online course, I will be watching or joining a webinar or a training in different fields. And learning is one of the ways that you can grow. Remember, I said when you feel stuck, it is a reason, it is an indication that you have stopped growing. So find ways of growing. And finally, I'll say this is quite a big one. You need to find yourself a mentor. Yeah. Speaking to someone about your frustrations, your concerns, can help you feel less burdened by these concerns. I would want you to find someone that you admire, or find a mentor, a coach, or a counselor, or a professional in any field, and share with them what you're feeling. And I'm here to tell you that we do support people. My work as a career coach is really to support professionals who have experience and they are feeling stuck in their career or in a job, to actually be able to change their jobs. If that is you, if you can identify with some of the things that I've shared with you, if you can actually see some outcomes or things that are changing, that would change based on some of the ideas that I've shared with you, then I'm welcoming you to feel free to get in touch with me. Drop me your, or just forward me your CV, or drop me an email. By the way, this is for a free consultation session. Yeah, you can get free consultation session. Just call, drop me an email. I think I have another address that I can get in here. Yeah, there we go. So drop me an email or head over to careerpoint.co.ke/book a call. You get a chance to book a call with me, a consultation call, 100% free, and just share with me where you're at in terms of your career, what is working for you, what is not working, and I can see how best to support you and guide you. So I want to come into the comments and see if there is any question, if there is any comment, and if you found this session valuable, please also feel free to drop that in the chat. I like to keep it short, straight to the point, We are 24 minutes in, probably 5 more minutes for questions, and I'll be able to respond to you. If you don't have a question, also feel free to drop in the chat and let me know what is something that you found valuable just from this short conversation that we have had. What is one thing that you have picked and said, oh, I can take this and I can run with it. I can make use of this. I really appreciate you giving me feedback. If you have been applying for jobs, so let me just get back here. So Stefan, I remember I said, yes, this can be one of those indicators that you start. Feel free to forward me your CV or your application, one of your applications. Please remember to mention that we met or you were in this live session so that I can take even more focus. I can be more keen on it and reach out to you and see how best I can be able to support you and guide you. I really appreciate you taking your time and joining me. And to let you know that embrace where you're at, change will come, but you need to take action. You need to initiate the change. You need to take some action and initiate for the change to take place. One of the reasons that we get really scared and we stay in that space of being stuck long enough, it's because, as I say, it's an indicator that you need to change. And your bodies, your mind does not like change. That's the first thing that you need to know. The moment you feel like change is coming, your mind is like, we need to go to the other side. We can't accept change to take place. You know why? From your ancestors, your brain is not meant to make you happy. Your brain is out there to protect you and make you survive, yeah? So if you're there, it sees that you need to do something to change, says, oh my God, we're going to die. This is change, let's not. And then it gets into the loop that is called the what if loop. What if it doesn't work? What if I'm making a big mistake? What if I'm meant to be here? What if, you know, all the what ifs. What if, what if, what if? And it is for you to catch yourself in that moment and say, no, I'm not going to allow this monkey, the squirrel, to just keep on running my brain and give me, what if you change the script and say, what if it works? What if this is my greatest opportunity ever? What if I get that job that I've been looking out for? What if I get that salary? What if I get into that relationship that I've been always looking for? So don't allow that kind of hijack of your brain to stop you. I think that has been my time. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I can see your feedback coming in. Stefan, I'll do that after the session. I really appreciate it. I'll be waiting to see that. That is Alphas saying, awesome session. I really appreciate it. I'm looking forward to serving you. So make sure, especially go to YouTube, the best place you can be able to get all this information. Head over to YouTube. And yes, YouTube, search Daniel Mutuku, you'll be able to get all this information that I do this live. There are some videos that are published there. I do publish a video every Friday or every Monday. So check that my YouTube channel, Daniel Mutuku. If you're there, you've been applying also for jobs, things are not working, you're not so sure if your CV is doing or selling you very well, I'm giving you an opportunity to get a free CV review. The address you can head over to is careerpoint.co.ke/CV review. Please note that down. We also have cover letter guide, 101 sample cover letters for all professionals. And actually, it's a free book that we are offering you. So feel free again to go to careerpoint.co.ke/cover letter. And to book a free consultation call with me, that is the address, careerpoint.co.ke/book call. And I'm looking forward to serving you even more. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Monica. I can see your response. I always learn something new from your session. Big thank you. Have a great one, Monica. And until next time, I'm out. Oh, I can see you are in Zambia. Oh, let me just mention that. Monica, thank you. Joining us all the way in Zambia.